I was going to ask you, is today's role of a designer, mandatory to know programming, to know, I don't know, Python or whatever? No, it's not.
You have to know some. No, it's not. In fact, I taught college for 2 years at the master's degree level, teaching designers how to be designers. Usually, actually, the way it works is that you have programmers, obviously, who program. You have artists, and just like you wouldn't have a programmer do art anymore, like you'll have them. Has to know some design, but like level designers became a thing, and that appeared. I was one of the very first level designers because I left when Micropro started to implode because Wild Bill Staley was nuts. He was the co-owner with Sid. Sid saw it and he bailed, right?
Right,
but
smart man.
I went to id Software, and that's where I worked on Doom 2, and Quake. And in fact, this is also, again, so early in the design thing that what had happened, they had a designer before me, and programmers had concluded that because they didn't like the designs they were getting from this guy, they concluded that designers were bad and they shouldn't have them. They should just have artists. And the artist said, no, we should have designers. It's just that designer wasn't what we wanted. So the programmers, to mollify the artists, they've been interviewing people to replace the former designer. And they had me come in as the one token designer to mollify the artist. I didn't know this. I just thought I was getting a chance at a job. So I went in there, and the artist had done like very simple stuff. They'd done like a level that was a spiral staircase, and that was all. Or they hadn't done anything. So I went there. I started making a level, and it had lava that went up and down, and it had secret doors, and it had monsters. It was an actual level you could play and fight on. And the designers were like, okay, well, this is what we want. Okay, and we didn't even know enough to call me a level designer, but that's effectively what I was.
This transition seems very fortunate. You went from one really, it was going to be a very successful franchise to another. Do you feel like you were lucky, or do you feel like it was fate, or?
I can't deny that luck had to be involved, but every time, I mean, the thing is, when we're starting to work on Civilization, we knew this was going to be big.
Really?
Yeah, we could tell. Well, here's how we knew. Because what you have to understand, that the worst job in all programming, in all game design, all game development, is to be the playtesters. Okay, that job sucks. Because you're always working on a game at the very end of the project, and it's always a broken game, and so you're always urgent. You got to work lots of overtime to finish it, and then when you finish, there's another project at the end you have to go work on, and you get really sick of these games, right? But the playtesters were staying after work to keep playing Civilization.
That's crazy.
So we knew, if you're going to stay afterward, after playing this game all day long, you want to stay and play more when you're a professional playtester, that game's got to be something special. And
that could probably be said for Age of Empires as well then. I'm sure that was happening as well.
There was lots of guys staying late to play Age of Empires.
Right.
Although I gotta say, there was a certain element of people staying late to play Quake too at Ensemble Studios.
That's so crazy. That's
so, and we did it for Doom and Quake.
Sure.
The game was super fun. Now I don't think it was. I'd like to convince myself it was not pure luck, because if you look at my history, I did Call of Cthulhu, which is a really well-known role-playing game. I did Arkham Horror, which is still a big hit in the board game thing, or helped do it. I worked on Civilization. I worked on Doom. And all through all my 30-year career, there's hits all along. So either I'm supernaturally lucky, which I guess is possible, or there's something, or it's not just the luck.
No, I didn't mean that in any disrespectful way whatsoever.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a reasonable question, right?
Yeah.
So but here's the thing. One of the reasons that I got the job at id Software was because John Romero is a huge game nerd, as everyone knows, right? And so he had seen my resume of all the games I worked on at Chaosium, and so they thought, okay, this guy knows the game. So I was hired because I had a good thing. And then when I left id Software to go to Ensemble Studios, then one of the reasons they really wanted me is because I'd done Doom, I'd done Quake, I'd done all these things. So after a while, getting into good companies kind of fed on itself, because
sure, snowball effect.
By that time, I had a resume that was just absolutely killer. I mean, even now at 65, I could probably go to almost any company and said, "Hey, you want a guy that worked on the Age of Empires series, on Doom, on Quake?" And it's a shoe-in, right? But not that I'm doing that, because I have my own board game company now. So I get maybe that's foolish of me. I should parlay my fame into something else. But